Thank you. A disappointing night in terms of weather here in Dublin. It's been raining for the last two and a half hours, and really no let-up in that. It's a very heavy drizzle at the moment. The crowd, unfortunately, disappointing as well. Remember the huge crowd of over 24,000 here for the first leg of the Deportivo tie. The Lille fans obviously feeling the heat. I can tell you, it's not particularly warm. It's mild, but certainly not very warm. The referee, saw him there from Cyprus, Kostas Kapitanas. Let's take a check on the two teams, starting with Shels, of course, without Alan Moore and Stuart Byrne because of suspension. Joseph Ando plays after he passed a fitness test this afternoon. Jim Crawford and Thomas Morgan come into the team. Jason Byrne is up front on his own. Now, Lille travelled to Dublin without the former Tottenham player Milenko Asimovic. He is injured. It's not exactly a team of household names, but Tony Silva was Senegal's keeper at the last World Cup. Benoit Angba is in at right back with the former Arsenal man Tavlarides playing at centre-back, and Philippe Brunel scored in their win in the French League at the weekend. Paul Doolan here with me. Paul, it's well, a bit of the unknown quantity about Lille. They're struggling a little bit in the French League, and as Roddy was saying, expected to be fighting against relegation this year.
Yeah, but I still feel, though, I mean, they seem to have played a lot of European matches already. They've come through the Intertoto Cup. They look like that. I'm sure they are a decent side. It's like most European teams that I mean, they're all technically good, and I mean, they look like a young side, you know. So it'll be interesting, as you say. You don't know much about them. It'll be a tough game for Shels, I think. I think probably as well, not so much crowd and noise like the last game. Everybody was here for the Deportivo game. It was absolutely brilliant atmosphere, and you know, so hopefully Shels can do well.
Oh, there is the Cypriot referee, Kostas Kapitanas, second time to take charge of a match in Ireland. He was the referee for Cork City against Standard Liège of Belgium in 1996. Well, the prize, a huge one for either of these sides if they can get through the first round of this UEFA Cup. Up for grabs a place in the group stages of the competition. It's a newly restructured competition. It would guarantee either Shelbourne or Lille 4 more games in Europe this season, 2 at home and 2 away, and lots and lots of money that go with that. Certainly not as much as the Champions League, but 4 more European nights for Shelbourne would be a fantastic achievement. And we're ready to go. We are underway at Lansdowne Road. First touch of the evening for Thomas Morgan. Brought back into the side. This is Shels' 42nd European match and their 7th this season, which is a record for an Irish club, north or south of the border. The surface greasy with all that rain. And there's Tony Silva. Harris with the header, and he's been penalised for pushing Moussilou, the young Frenchman up front. This was it, Paul.
Yeah, well, you can see Dave Rogers there was a push. He just put his hands on his shoulder and, you know, gives them a free kick into the box. I think the interesting thing there is Shels' system that they're playing. They're playing a 4-4-2. They've pushed Joseph Ando up, which is not normally the way they've played in Europe.
Christophe Landrat wearing 24, taking the free kick. Plenty of big players in the penalty area, and Jimmy Crawford taking no chances with that, putting it out for the corner.
Yeah, well, again, there, it's a free kick that was probably needed to give them away, and it gives them a corner now, which you don't really want, you know, so early in the game.
The captain, Philippe Brunel, who scored last Saturday, is taking it. Landrat sends it back in, eventually clear, but not a great clearance from Owen Heary. Recycled by Taffaro, the left back. Brunel, Taffaro with the cross. Allowed to travel a long way, and it was Tavlarides, the centre-back, who had eluded the cover.
Well, you see here coming in there, it was knocked back to the left back. He just gets in a good ball. Jamie Harris does well because it bounces, and fortunately for Shels, he's skied it over the bar.
Didn't have a good time, Tavlarides, at Highbury, signed by Arsene Wenger, and went to Lille on loan last season, and now that move has been made permanent. Jason Byrne and Doe. Taffaro, Brunel, Jean Macoun in the middle, Crawford, and it's Brunel for Lille. And the flag has gone up for offside. No problems for Shelbourne there.
Yeah, good passage of play there. You know, they seem happy enough to play out from the back. It's a good move there down the left. I think Wes Houlihan lunged in there. You can't do that. You know, he's got to be careful.
Lille qualified for the first round of the UEFA Cup by winning one of the Intertoto Cup finals that got through against Dinamo Minsk, Slaven Belupo and Leiria of Portugal after extra time. Crawford been held up, and you can see down there in front of you by how much the pitch here at Lansdowne Road has been narrowed, just as it was for the La Coruña game. Same width as Tolka Park. Harris, Houlihan dispossessed. Taffaro in quickly. Now Moussilou. Peary with the challenge, and it's a yellow card for the Shelbourne captain. He's not impressed at all, but Moussilou still down injured. Free kick in a very dangerous position.
Yeah, but I think they're very fortunate there that it could have been worse, because I think when Jamie Harris came out there with the ball, he was very open at the back. Owen Healy was out wide, and you know, he played the ball into Wesley Houlihan, looked like he was on his heels there. If you watch it here, well, it doesn't show you, but there you go, there's a gap there. And Owen Healy's very fortunate there. It could have been worse, could have been sent off, or else more importantly, he didn't actually get in and go, because Dave Rogers would have never caught him either.
And what will Lille come up with from this position? Brunel is over it, also there Landra, who took the earlier free kick. Steve Williams out of picture is a bit of a distance, you can see off his line there. Looks as if it's going to be Landran to take it for the French side. Got all the way through, Williams got a hand to it, and Harris eventually gets it clear. Everything seemed to stop there for a moment.
I'm not sure if he's seen it until late there. You watch it here, it comes in. You can see, he just seemed to see at the last moment. It took a deflection actually, and fortunately for Shels, it was a great save.
Very good save from Steve Williams. It was deflected off Joseph Ndo, I think it was. Crawford got a touch to it. Heary. Houlihan gets away from Makoun. And Heary's continued his run forward and covering for Lille. Vitakic got across very quickly. Better from Shelbourne. David Crawley, the former Dundalk man, going across to take Shelbourne's first corner. Harris and Rogers both in there. It's drilled in. Cleared away by Landra.
Not a good corner there, Gary. You've got to try and beat the first man there. You know, it's a good position. Get the ball into the box there.
The ground very empty, but still plenty of noise being generated by both sets of supporters. Landra, he's seen a lot of it for Lille. Skips inside Crawley as if he wasn't there. Angba attacking. Ollie Cahill did well, and then Rogers got in his way. They were unlucky there. Harris. Good play from Houlihan, combining with Ndo. A wall of navy blue in front, and they have to go back. Crawley slipping. Straight to Angba. Tavlaridis. Cahill got a touch to it, Landra. Taffaro. Brunel. And they've lost possession. It's back with Harris. But he can't use it. Crawford. Byrne was fouled there by Vitakic. Just the slightest of nudges on the Shell striker.
There's no need for that, because the ball was gone. Like, they would have had possession, whereas needless free.
Player gave it away there, Vitakic. Houlihan taking it and going all the way across here to David Crawley. Cahill to his left, and Doe through the middle. He's gone back over towards Houlihan. Taffaro with the clearance for Lille. Bodmer trying to get onto it quickly, and now Brunel. Moussilou making a run forward. Brunel holding it up. That space in there filled by Ollie Cahill. Crawley. Shelbourne just need to get their passing game going. Lille have started in quite a positive fashion, and you can see already, as you'd expect with all of the teams involved in this competition, technically very good, passing it around well, and that has gone against Wes Houlihan. Angba. Landra. Angba again, taking on Cahill. That was for Musilu, didn't find him. Steve Williams having a cut at that with his weaker left foot. Crawley. Morgan helping it on, and now Houlihan. Oh, and here he gives him a good option over on the far side. Played right the way through to here. That's a very good ball. Two ahead of him. Here's Morgan for Shelbourne. Byrne is inside. Just breaks down and Byrne's offside now. Vitikic was lucky there. Oh, and here he has gone down injured.
It's great play from Shels. Great ball from Wes Houlihan. Great run from Owen Healy there, Darragh. I think they're probably a bit fortunate there, Lille, because I'm not sure if he was offside. It seemed to come off of the Lille central defender. Watch. See as it comes back. Now, whether he was offside from the original ball from Thomas Morgan, but I think that the second ball, here you go again.
Better look here.
Yeah, well, he was, he was offside there, he had gone.
Well, Owen Healy
is
struggling at the moment. They certainly cannot afford to lose their captain. He was the Soccer Writers Player of the Month for August, and he's excelled in these European games, particularly the night here against La Coruña when he had a super game.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, he's a smashing defender, Darragh, you know. He's done well there twice. That's two good runs he's made already this evening. It seems like that there seems to be a little bit of a gap down there on the left-hand side, so maybe it's something that Shels could exploit, because it's good passing movement. Great ball from Wes Houlihan.
Eamon Collins taking charge on the line for Shelbourne tonight. Of course, you'll know, we mentioned it earlier, that Pat Fenlon has to watch the match from the stand this evening after his sending off in La Coruña. It's been a big talking point around here, and not an ideal situation for Shelbourne, but Eamon Collins will do a great job for them down on the line. Fenlon not allowed any contact at all with the players before, during or immediately after the game down in the dressing room area. Rogers getting there. Musilu had gone in behind it but was covered by Harris.
Just reverted back to the last few minutes. Joseph Endo seems like he's gone back into the midfield, a system that they have been playing.
Bottom of it, the touch back to Angba. Now Musilu is onside, but Williams read it well.
Yeah, he's off his line quite sharp there, in fairness. I think the night that's in it too, there any ball coming down the middle looks like it might skid through the keepers.
Lille have been in the Champions League. They were in it once before in 2001. Actually drew with Deportivo La Coruña at home and Manchester United. Not really the height of their European exploits as they bid to qualify for the group stages of the UEFA Cup. Musilu in after it. Here he had left Brunel. Morgan and Endo. Morgan wants it back, but outpaced by Makoun. Sloppy pass, Crawford's onto it. Byrne. That's better from Shelbourne, just get the passing going. Cahill, the difficult pass he attempted. Makoun, Musilu. Here he getting there first ahead of Brunel. And here he will not get to that for Shelbourne.
No, it's unlucky. Like again, Owen's got up the line well there. Looks like he had the beating of the left back there, pace-wise there. Shels have done well there, good passing moves.
Tavlerides just waiting for some options ahead. Landra, Musilu, Dumont in there, and Dumont runs straight into Jim Crawford.
It's a good tackle there by Jim Crawford, important tackle, because you know, I think there's a fella on his left hand side there, could have got in.
Macoun. Landra not been picked up at the moment. Dumont, and now Angba. Not a great cross coming off David Crawley from...
Golly Cal was caught napping there, yeah.
Landra did well to get his cross in. Mousilou cleared away by Dave Rogers. Solid defending from the Liverpudlian. But real panic there for Jamie Harris, and already Shels looking a little vulnerable down this near side there left. This is it again, Paul.
Yeah, it's a good flick over Dave Crawley. It's a good ball in, and I think Jamie Harris was very fortunate, because I think Mousilou didn't realise it was coming through them. He hit him and just dropped nicely for Jamie Harris to clear.
Owen Healy. Houlihan. Brunel coming back, but Houlihan hanging on. And Doe. Thomas Morgan and Doe. Big slip from Brunel. Houlihan.
There's actually a few players slipping, I think, there on the surface.
Jason Byrne. That would have been some pass if it had come off, and he wanted Ollie Cahill to be further forward.
Yeah, he's having words with Ollie too, by the way. I think looking at the game too, that it could have been a good night for Alan Moore. I think he scored a few goals for Shels in Europe, and there seems to be a fair amount of spaces in there that he's very, very good at arriving late in the box. You know, I think he would have certainly maybe got on the end of something.
Morgan. And straight into Dumont. Vitakic. Brunel. Bodmer playing it, and now Taffaro up from left back. Houlihan tracking him. Philippe Brunel. Macoun has taken up a good position ahead of him. Landrat can't get to that. Cahill can. That's a poor header away. Mousilou. Flag up.
Great to see that one there. It looks very tight.
Have a look at that again in a moment. That tight offside call which went the way of Shelbourne. Crawford here, he has some space over here. Brunel in front of him, tight ball in towards Houlihan. Mousilou. Taffaro and Doe, and Doe's won it back for Shelbourne. They just need to hang on to it better. Now that's a careless one from Houlihan, and Landra coming onto it. He's the furthest forward. Mousilou is available over there, and well done, Dave Rogers. Good, solid defending from the centre-back. Houlihan tried a very difficult pass and gave the ball away in a dangerous position.
Yeah, well, I think a square ball, Dario, you watch it here. Well, you don't see the actual ball, but he's read it well. Dave Rogers has done well, to be fair to him. He stood up well. I think Wesley's just got to be careful, you know, when you're playing square balls, crossfield balls.
Crawford. Looking for Cahill and finding him, and Cahill has got in behind Angba, got his cross in, but no real pace on it to trouble Jason Byrne, who I don't think was far enough forward anyway.
No, I think that's the unfortunate thing about the system there that Shels play. It's very, if you look here, there's nobody in the box. Like Jason Byrne is the only one who's on the edge of the 18-yard box, and if you get in positions like that, you've got to get somebody into the box. Joseph Endo's got to get there. Wesley Houlihan's got to try and get in, because that's a great position for Ollie Cahill.
Position he really thrives in, Ollie Cahill. He had troubled Angba. Could really get very little to aim at in the area, and Bodmer has been penalised. Jim Crawford has got his free kick for Shelbourne, but the Cypriot referee just telling him to calm down. Heary has made a very good run forward over on the far side. It's towards Heary. Taffaro beating him in the air. Throw in to Shelbourne. This is the offside earlier.
Yeah, although it looks very, very tight to me. Just as he's playing there, he looks level to me. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, not too much in it now.
There.
No.
Well, it went the way of Shelbourne, Peary and Musilu, and that's a free kick to Shels. And the crowd's starting to find their voices. It's an eerie place, Lansdowne Road, when there's a small crowd in.
I think they've got to get a sort of a good delivery in there, and maybe to give the crowd something to get going and get the atmosphere going, because it's just that little bit dead at the moment.
Peary making a run into the penalty area. It's not a good delivery. Terrible clearance from Tablaridis. It was Owen Heary who got a touch to it, but Lille get away with it. Morgan wins it back, and then Lille have it once more. Crawley needed to get there and did, but Brunel has it. It's still in play. Musilu steaming into the penalty area. Way too much on the cross from Brunel. Angba retrieves for Lille. Landra. Musilu is still the furthest forward, been marked by Harris. Morgan, just as well as he had the ball on the ground.
Yeah, I think it was fortunate there. If you watch, he tried to go around the corner with him. Yeah, don't know. I'm not sure if it was a free there.
I think he was delighted to hear the whistle from the referee and see the hand pointing down towards Silva's goal. Jason Byrne, well done to take out Cal, and Cal has got away from Tablaridis, who's in the penalty area. Taffaro really taking a risk. But again, you see, as Paul was pointing out, the weakness with the system when they got wide. There was only one player to aim at it, and it was Houlihan, I think it was on the far side of the penalty area.
But this is what I'm saying, he's got to, when he sees Ollie Cal getting that possession, he's got to get across the full-back. If you watch it here, it comes in and he's still outside the far side of the full-back. Look, he's only coming in, not taking a chance. He's got to try and get in there.
And Doan in a forward position. Here's Crawley. Rogers. Morgan has made a good run through the middle. Won't get to him. Angba's header. Dumont. And now Maku. Takes out Brunel. Houlihan tracking back. Brunel has Taffaro on the far side. Goes inside to Bodmer. There's the strike. Oh, and Lille have scored. Matthew Bodmer giving Lille the lead after 19 minutes.
It doesn't show, it may show this data, but Wesley Houlihan was caught badly there. He got the wrong side originally. Allowed Brunel to get on the ball, and if you watch him, he squares it here. But look, nobody comes out. Looks like it took a bounce.
Well, that is a disaster for Shelbourne, conceding the away goal. First goal they've conceded at home in Europe this season. And Bodmer scores for Lille. Haven't been banging them in the French league, but they've scored such an important goal here. And Shelbourne up against it now, but plenty of time to repair the damage. Came from a good distance out, skidding across the turf. Shels 0, Lille 1. Problems for the Dublin team.
It's important now that they don't give a second one away there. You know, they've got to get themselves organised.
Rogers. Angba. Vitakic. That was for Brunel to chase, but will not get there.
Just shows you too that they're not doing great in the French First Division. It shows you the standard over there, because they're not a bad side, to be fair to them. Physically strong and quick and technically good and move the ball well. And
13th in the French league. They're only 4 points behind the leaders. There's a four-way tie at the top of the top league in France. Macoun of Lille got away from Ndo, and Musilu trying to get onto it, but it's through to Steve Williams.
Very fortunate there again. They're a great play though from Macoun. Seems to be the one that gets on and tries to play a few. Very fortunate there. If you look, yeah, very tight again.
With it, that was
Dumont.
Here's a chance for another goal. Good stop by Williams. It was Dumont who had the shot. Well, a second goal, it would be an absolute disaster for Shelbourne at this early stage in the first leg, and indeed in the tie. You could see 2 away goals. It stays at 1 down. Ollie Cahill. Houlihan. Angba taking it away. Jason Byrne really needs some support up there and better.
Great save there from Steve Williams. Yeah, excellent save. It's good play from them as well. They worked it through. Very good.
Cahill. Doe, as you can see in that shot there, appears to have gone up front to join Byrne. Did that earlier and they reverted back to just one up front. Angba. Dumont. Landran. Harris coming and attacking it. Good challenge from Harris. And he wants possession, but lost it again. Back with Cahill. Shels really having to work hard to hang on to the ball.
Just looking at that position there, look where Dave Rogers is. He's playing left back. There's had to be a gap there. If Shels lose the ball, they'd certainly be in trouble. They need to get a shape.
Tavlaridis. Bodmer, the Lille goal scorer. 3 around him now, 4. Came off Crawford and Doe. Shels really under pressure here. This is Macoun. Brunel. Peary on the yellow card, has to be careful. It's a free kick against the Shels captain.
When Joseph Vendau there, you can't just flick like that. You know, I think Shels being under a bit of pressure. You've got to get a hold of the ball, and he's just playing loose there, and he's only putting them under pressure again. If you watch, doesn't show was a foul there. Owen looks like bundling them off.
Philippe Brunel with the free kick. Harris, terrible clearance. Moussilou. Would have been one of the goals of the season from that angle, from the young Frenchman.
Alain Marco Van Basten.
From the other side.
Yeah.
Here's the goal again.
It doesn't show it, as I said from earlier on there, but Wesley Houlihan was caught the wrong side, and the ball went to behind him, and Brunel got on it and squared it, but still somebody should have come out to the goal scorer. Looked like it took a little bit of a bounce.
Now here's Heary charging forward, but it's been overhit. Actually, looking back at that replay, Steve Williams did get fingertips to it, but not enough to keep it out of the back of the net. It's Shels 0, Lille 1. Goal was scored 6 minutes ago. Moussilou has got in behind Harris, having another go. Scuffed it. Not a great clearance from Harris, and the marking is absolutely shocking. Brunel! Oh. Shels really in trouble here.
Yeah, to be honest, I only heard he went on a run there earlier on, and nobody filled in for him, and they're very, very fortunate. It doesn't show it. That's the move. Brunel was unlucky there, very, very unlucky, and even before that, Moussilou had a great opportunity and fluffed it as well. But they've got to make sure that they just don't give away a second one. You know, there's still a long way to go in the game, and like, they look like they're charging. Owen is charging off there, and they're very, very fortunate there.
Lille really have settled to the task very well.
Very good side there.
They certainly are, and French sides have done so well in European competition in recent seasons. PSG and Monaco didn't start well in the Champions League, but Marseille and Monaco were in the 2 big European finals last season. A lot of quality in their league, and this side currently 13th. Leading in Dublin against the Aircom League champions. Taffaro up from left back. Brunel really looks quite a player. Crawford. Crawley. Byrne. And Crawford. Now Thomas Morgan. Rain still coming down at Lansdowne Road. Byrne. Wes Houlihan. Morgan. Crawley. Shels advancing up the pitch, but that's a poor ball for Morgan. String of passes there to keep possession and then give it away cheaply. Playing right into Lille's hands.
Well, I think just looking there, I think Jim Crawford is too far back. He's sitting too deep on the back four. He's getting the ball and he's not really doing anything back there with it. He should leave it to the boys at the back and push up a bit, because when you look at them there, they've passed and in the end they've given it away.
Jamie Harris, the wind starting to really get up here, and it's in the Shelbourne players' faces. You can see how that hung up there from Jamie Harris. Macroon. Tavlaridis. Headed away by Heary. Cahill beaten in the air but fouled in the air by Stéphane Dumont. Really is a nasty night for a football game.
Tell me about it, Della. We had it on Monday night and replayed the cup, and believe you me, it was dreadful to win. Nothing as bad as it.
Crawford, that is careless from Jim Crawford, who's not having a good game for Shelbourne. This guy's doing really well. Landra for Lille. Marking is gone again. Bodmer looking for a second goal and not too far away from getting it, but Shels cut open again.
Yeah, if you watch it here, Jim Crawford give the ball away again in a bad area. And if you look again, the big fella steps out, no one goes, look, free shot, 18 yards out, and they've been punished once, and, you know, unless they do something about it. You see it here again. Lucky again there.
Harris did well to get in there and put pressure on him, but Crawford is sitting in front of the back four, and Bodmer is playing in that position.
It just proves there's got to be an instant there where Jim Crawford's had to power the header on. He's powered the header on, but there's nobody up there. You know, he's powering it up to the look.
Yeah. Well, that stat you just saw about attempts on goal really tells its own story. Lille with 10 to Shelbourne's 1. Houlihan dispossessed very easily. Dumont. Moussilou. Landras free in the middle. Moussilou. All the way across to Brunel. Here he has to come out to close him down. Away by Morgan, and Heary taking the sensible option, but Shelbourne are really under pressure here, not coping at all well with the threat of the French side.
The only thing there is maybe fortunate for them is that they can keep it to 1 with the breeze, maybe, just because they don't seem to be able to get out at all. I don't think that helps themselves. Wesley Houlihan's got to learn to release the ball at the right times.
Brunel, Moussilou! Oh, I don't know how that didn't go in. It was a glorious chance for the Lille striker. But once again, you look, nobody marking. Look at the space Brunel has in the penalty area.
It's a great ball in, yeah, and he's between Dave Rogers and Jamie Harris, and again, he should have scored. You know, I mean, as I say, they may rue those chances. It's a great chance.
It's very true, but as the rain absolutely buckets down here, the conditions deteriorating. Shelbourne just one behind. They really should be further behind. Here's Cahill. Driving through, Jason Byrne. Byrne has got in behind the defender and he scuffed the shot. So much confidence in the Aircom League with 17 goals, but he hasn't scored in Europe this season.
No, he's got shoes there. Great ball there from Ollie Cahill. And he just seemed to, I don't know, he just couldn't seem to get away there, whether he just, it's a great opportunity.
Here they come again, Byrne
Offside,
looking for Morgan. The flag is up for offside. But from somewhere, Shelbourne found the inspiration to get in behind Vidikic and the Lille back four. But Byrne,
I think that if they push up, as I'm saying, you know, they seem to be a little bit too far back. That's a couple of times that they just push up. They've created 2 very, very good chances. Unlucky there, Thomas Morgan. He was offside, but good play, good build-up play.
Vidikic and Byrne. Landra to Cahill. Cahill with Angba in front of him, and he just ran out of ideas. Angba clears. Cahill, one of the players that...
I think Lucy Lou has just gone off the boil there. He's miscontrolled, he's running away when fellas are trying to play into his feet. Dave Rogers just stepped in there at the last one.
Claude Puel, the Lille coach, picked out Cahill as one of the real Shelbourne threats, and when they get the ball to him in the right position, he certainly does look threatening.
Well, if you see this here, yeah, it was a push. He played a man first. I think Jim's getting a little bit annoyed with the referee.
Angback getting there ahead of Ollie Cahill. Christophe Landra. Tavlaridis. Angback. Oh, well played. Dumont. Landra. And Dumont once more. Musilou. Again, that ball allowed to travel a long way through to the striker. Dumont all the way across to Brunel. Really looking menacing, Lille. Williams with a touch to it. Good clearance from David Crawley.
Done very well. I don't know, it's strength out of here. You know, like Shels, they've been so tight in all the other games, and even though they still got the 5 in there, they're being cut open, they're playing through them too easy. Too many players. Thomas Morgan was arriving there, the ball is going by him too slow. You see this chance coming in. Dave Crawley does very well there, because another chance.
Landram at the corner. Taffaro. Morgan. And Crawford. Confidence just draining away from Jim Crawford. Taffaro. Brunel, he is full of confidence. He's been really excellent for Lille in this match so far. Taffaro in the overlap. Jamie Harris clears. Still in play. Tavlaridis. Musilou. Byrne having quite a battle with Vitakic. Kept in by Heary, but possession lost once more. Tavlaridis. Maku. Careless from the Lille midfielder, and Doe is the furthest forward.
He's got to try and come short there, Joseph Endo. He's running into an area there as Jason Bourne is on with 3 players and off Lille. He's got to come short.
Angback.
Too, that the atmosphere too, it's not the same as the Deportivo where I mean, that night the hairs in the back of your neck would have stood up with the atmosphere, you know.
Well, it was a special night for Shelbourne. Just really not going their way. The only positive thing really is that it's just one, because Lille could easily be out of sight at this stage with the chances they've created. Leary content just to take the pressure off the defence for the moment. Remember, it's Eamon Collins who'll have to give the team talk to the Shelbourne players at half-time. Pat Fenlon is allowed nowhere near his squad. Musilou. Dumont trying to get back in. Crawley. Throw in Lille.
Again, they were forcing it on here. He covered around very well there. You know, good header on, a good ball back from Musilou.
Morgan has certainly been busy.
Bit of a
As is Crawford. Harris did well to get a foot in there ahead of Musilou. Taffaro. Makoun. Bodmer, the Lille goal scorer. And it breaks down, and here comes Ollie Cahill. Again, that was intended for Morgan, but Shels just haven't passed the ball well so far in this game. Hangs up, allows Angbat to get in. Houlihan never going to win that in the air against Taffaro. Heary. Rogers taking it on. Here he is looking for it over on the far side, but it's too close to Taffaro. And that's gone out of play.
I think it was never on. The fullback had read it. He was like, it's too far away for Owen Healy to make the ground, and he's already read the ball. I know it's difficult in the breeze, Darragh, but Shels look like to me that they're too far back. I know it's difficult.
Well, playing at this level, it's always going to be difficult, but Shelbourne have been under so much pressure. They're only one down, though, but it's an away goal for Lille, scored by that man, Bodmer. Foot was up very high.
It was, yeah.
Jamie Harris, and what could Shelbourne come up with from here? Houlihan just hangs it up. Angba allowed to attack it. Harris had gone forward with Rogers, and no problems for Lille there. Mousilou, Brunel is free over on the far side. Houlihan's trying to track back, but he won't get there. Brunel and Morgan. Again, problems for Shelbourne. Oh, and here he was out of position. Houlihan just couldn't get back fast enough, but Morgan stopped the attack.
Yeah, they were fortunate there again. I mean, like from a free kick that they had, they'd nearly taken it out of the back of the net. I'm not so sure. I don't know what it is. They look like maybe they're a bit tired, Shels. I don't know. Like Dave Crawley was struggling there, getting back, and
more problems here. Good interception by Dave Rogers.
Dave Rogers, yeah, he's done well, yeah.
Well, they've had to be. Houlihan to Cahill. For once, his touch just lets him down. And Lille just look a class apart here against Shelbourne. Mousilou, he's waiting for support. Bodmer is available for him now. Landra inside. Well off target, just slipped as he made contact with the ball. But again, crisp passing, panic in the Shelbourne defence.
Again, I just have to say, I'm looking at Wes Houlihan there. He's the wrong side all the time. He just seems to be going after the ball and not staying with runners and just running around. They need to get a shape. You can see how Shelbourne and that, to be fair, not just saying why he's missed, he gets around the pitch and he's a good player, and you know, as I said, Alan Moore as well.
56%, Lille well on top, as you'd expect in terms of possession. Houlihan makes another mistake. Taffaro of Lille. Brunel, telegraphed to him. He's three inside the penalty area to away, Matt. Didn't count on Jim Crawford getting there. Taffaro, oh dear. Had a real swipe at it. Steve Williams could only watch helplessly as this sailed over his head, thankfully from a Shelbourne point of view. Yeah,
it was good header by Jim Crawford. I mean, you think you've done well there, heading it up in the air, but what a strike. You know, great volley.
Let's just see how close it was.
Yeah, you see it here. Oh, what a strike. I think Steve Williams, I think he felt it was always going over them.
Byrne winning in the air. Cahill misses it. Angba. Well, full of confidence, he tries to take Crawley on. Poor clearance. And that's off target in the end from Stefan Dumont, but it's another attempt on the Shelbourne goal. They really are fortunate. We've said it a few times that it's only one.
Yeah, again, Dave Crawley there looks like he's, I don't know what it is, he just looks like he couldn't get back there again. You know, but as you say, thankfully it's only one. They just got to try and hang on until half-time, maybe get in and get organised. Now I'm sure he'll get a message from Pat, whether it's via mobile phone or something, because he can't get in himself, but they just need to maybe just settle down.
Hearing. Houlihan. Picks out Morgan, now Byrne. And Doe is charging forward. 5 Shels players ahead of David Crawley. Crawley, it's an interesting cross. Byrne!
What a save.
Brilliant chance from Jason Byrne. What a cross from David Crawley. And Silva, the Senegalese World Cup goalkeeper, a fantastic save.
Great ball in, but what a header and what a save. I mean, Jason Byrne gets really up well. Looks like it's heading to the top corner. What a save.
Well, this really will give Shels so much encouragement. Here's the corner. It's a poor delivery, but it's straight to Endo. Houlihan. Half-time may come at the wrong time for Shelbourne. Have to build on that last opportunity for Jason Byrne.
To be honest with you, Darragh, what a header, but it's one of them that if he had knocked it down, I think it was Thomas Morgan or Wes Houlihan was standing in acres of space on his own. Now, I know it's a great header, but I'm just saying maybe if it had been a missed header and dropped to him, a clear strike on goal. Great save.
Really good save, we'll never know. Silva has had very little to do, in fairness to the Lille goalkeeper, but pulled off a spectacular save from a stunning header. Under 2 minutes to the break.
It just shows you, Darragh, you know, you miss all the chances. Once there's only one in it, you always have that chance. And they get chances, Shels.
Tavlaridis, Landra, allowed to carry it a long way. Finally, Shels able to stop them. And well, they're back to where they were a few minutes ago, giving it away very easily. Musilu, Williams did so well. Steve Williams, the Shelbourne goalkeeper. David Crawley has gone down injured.
I tell you, Darragh, it's just as well Musilu looks like he's asleep because he's after having an awful lot of chances there. It was another great chance. Steve Williams has done well. If you look here, he looks, look, miscontrolled. He's done well, Steve. He's come out well. Looks like he's cost David Crawley as well.
Yeah.
Again, though, it came from last possession. Shels had the ball as well. Joseph Endo.
Well, somehow they're going to have to try and fix that for the second half. All the way through the game, they just haven't been able to hang on to the ball for decent periods of time. What's Harris got ahead of him? Tony Silva.
What a header, there you go, great ball, but what a header. As I say, you just see there, I know it's a great header on goal, but I think it was Wes Houlihan was just in acres of space there.
Vitakic. We're about to see there's going to be one additional minute at the end of this first half. Angba. Dumont. Cahalin. Crawley. Morgan. Dave Rogers. Taffaro, here's Butler. Taffaro still going. It's great football from Lille. Musilu has to be two. Another good save, but he can't keep it out. And it's Landra who has scored the second goal for Lille. Shels in real trouble, but they've had so many chances. How it's still even two is a miracle, but look at this for a goal, Paul.
Yeah, again, Lucy Liu gets through. He's like Lucy Liu at the moment, and Landra was following up well, but it's a bad time as well. It's good play, though, again. You know, they seem to be able to come through the middle, play through the middle too easy.
Christophe Landra, and what a terrible time for Shelbourne to concede the second goal. Shels 0, Lille 2. The whistle will sound any second for half-time. Eamon Collins has quite a lot of talking to do to his players, and well, how cruel things can be. Tony Silva pulling off a stunning save just a couple of minutes ago from Jason Byrne, and Lille come down the other end. Their play has deserved a second goal, in fairness to them. They've been very, very good. Shels just haven't been up to it at all tonight. But there's still a long way to go in this tie. At half-time, it's Shelbourne 0, Lille 2. At the moment, the rain has eased off. There's still some drizzle falling, and it's not as windy as it was in the last 15 minutes of the opening half. And Lille, well, in a great position, really, from here, leading by 2 goals to 0. 2 away goals they have, no matter what happens from here, to bring back with them for the return leg in a couple of weeks' time. Sure, very harsh words said in the Shelbourne dressing room by Eamon Collins. Remember, Pat Fenlon, how frustrating for him. He wasn't allowed near the players at all during the half-time interval. And I'm sure maybe somehow he managed to get some messages down to Eamon Collins.
Yeah, well, I think, to be fair, that I think that the second goal was a bad goal to give away in the stroke of half-time, you know, and I think it's probably no surprise Joseph Indo hasn't reappeared, because I mean, he didn't look like he was moving well along in the first half.
Crawford, and Heary has that yellow card, remember, from the first half. Now they try and take it to Lille. Vitikic under pressure from Heary. Free kick to Shelbourne in a good position. They have to start this half in a positive fashion. Here's what happened.
Yeah, it's good play there, down the right again. Oh, no, it was a foul. But the one thing I'd say about Alan Cawley coming on, he get on the ball and pass it there. He's very good, and he's good link-up play. So he also has a good delivery from a free kick too.
Cawley is over it on the left of the ball. Wes Houlihan is there as well, and it's Cawley who's taken it. Hangs it up for the big players in the Shelbourne team to try and attack, but just too much on it. And that is a Lille throw-in over on the far side.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that they've done their homework too. They have big Bodmer, Mark and Jamie Harris, you know. You see it here. Strong man too, just shows him off the ball.
Bodmer adding to the amount of free kicks that Lille have given away. Shelbourne, well, a chance for Rogers and Harris to go and join Jason Byrne in the penalty area. Shels going to have to take some risks. David Crawley with it, easily taken though by Tony Silva. Cawley. Challenged by Brunel, who had a very, very good first half, the Lille skipper. David Crawley. Morgan. Cawley. Will come back to him. Macron not doing well for Lille, and here's Heary. He's got inside Tafarel. Needs some support. He's got an option now with Cawley. Crawford moving ahead of him, but it's slowed down. Cawley needed too much time, and Brunel, and then Vitikic tidying up. Angba.
They started quite well this half, Shell, to be fair to them. Started, you know, they're having good touches of play. As I said, Cawley will get on the ball and he'd start things for them. You just get it to him.
Under pressure from Bodmer.
It's good play though from them, to be fair, Dara. You know, there you go, look straight through to the goalkeeper. Takes it down. I think they forced him back.
Their coach Claude Puel was saying in the build-up to this game that they'd be delighted with a 0-0 to take back to Lille. But they've got 2 away goals and are really in control of this tie. Forward by Angba, but taken back by Dave Rogers. And just punting it forward. Byrne with no chance at all of getting it. Morgan fouling Macron, pulling him back. Dumont. Moussilou. Brunel. Deflected off Heary. And Houlihan doing the tracking back and helping out the defence. Still Houlihan. Best player on the park in the first leg against Deportivo. Really needs to do it for his side here this evening. Cawley. Houlihan free. First touch just let him down, allowed Dumont to come in, but the Frenchman fouled Houlihan. Owen Heary. Cawley. What's he going to do? He puts the cross in. Silva coming and flaming for Lille.
It's an easy ball for the goalkeeper there, you know, it's lofted in. You see Jason Bourne there, not too happy with it.
Houlihan. Morgan. Byrne. Morgan again. Well, he's gesturing towards Ollie Cahill that he expected him to be further forward, but...
To be fair, though, it wasn't a bad ball either, you know, there's good play and you've got to have somebody moving up, and like Ollie probably should have been moving.
David Crowley's header, Makoun, Musilu. Rogers. Crawford. A lot of passes in this for Shelbourne, and they're not even out of their own half. Cawley given away. And back with Heary under pressure from Brunel. Free kick Shels. And he launches it long, and that was not what was required. Tavlaridis. Intercepted by Rogers. Shels need to make something happen pretty quickly. Cahill, stopped by Dumont. Angba getting involved. Lille throw it. Crowd, by the way, estimated at around 12,000. Shels were hoping for far more, but certainly Lille not the draw that La Coruña were in Champions League qualifier. Morgan.
That ball should have come out to Owen Healy there, not Thomas Morgan, to be fair to him. There wasn't much he could do there. He just had to play forward, because about 3 or 4 of them converging on him. It should have been played wide to Owen Healy.
Well, after a promising start to this half from Shelbourne, they're back really to where they were for so much of the first half, just giving the ball away needlessly, having to put a lot of passes together even to get out of their own half with it at the foot of a Shelbourne player. And here's Musilu, and more trouble perhaps for Shelbourne, but it's Houlihan now. Cawley, Morgan, Brunel got a touch, Bodmer, and back to Dumont. Given away, here's Ollie Cahill. He brings David Crowley in. Crawford. 4 Shelbourne players in the Lille half at the moment. Lille defending very high up the pitch. And why not when the ball into the centre goes there? Cafaro. Vitakic. Tavlaridis. Bodmer.
You see there, they played across the back, and Shels, they're too far back. There's nobody getting up to close. They were able to play it over to the right back, into the middle. There's nobody squeezing them at all. They've got to try and push up. At least have a go.
Cahill. Kind of sums up the night they've had so far. Well, to get this far in Europe, they're the first Irish side to play in 2 European competitions in the one season. And really, it would be a shame not to give it a real go. They're trying their best, but it's just not working, and Lille are searching for a 3rd goal. Won't come just now. That was Landra.
It's true enough there what you just said there. Like, it is new ground, you know what I mean, for an Irish club to be this length in Europe. It's, you know, it's great.
Brunel and Heary, and that's a goal kick.
You see it again. It's a good tackle by Jamie Harris. Owen Healy just done enough there to deny Brunel.
Tavlaridis. They've played well. They haven't been put under huge huge amounts of pressure from Shelbourne, and I'm sure in a way they're surprised it's been this comfortable for them. Shels need to get a goal back pretty quickly. Best chance, that wonderful header from Jason Byrne. And a great save from Silva. Somebody said at half-time, a golden moment from Silva. Sorry. Taffaro. Harris with the header. Thomas Morgan.
Some great play there, though, Dara, you know, straight out in the back, and very, very good play. I still feel, to be fair to them, when Shels get it, look, it's just not, there's still nobody up there. Jason, but he's up in his own, look. You've got to get somebody up. If you're going to play the balls up, you've got to get someone up to support the fella.
Bodmer gets away from Crawford. Landra. Possibilities for Lille here. Claimed by Steve Williams. Mousilou had got away from Harris, but just too much on the pass into it. Crawford. Rogers. Macaulay is looking for it over here. Instead it goes through to Morgan and back to Crawford. Houlihan. Houlihan. Crawley was in an offside position, now back onside. Heary moving ahead of it. Better from Shelbourne. What will the cross be like? Byrne! And here's Ollie Cahill coming into it, but it's a goal kick. Well, that was much better from Shelbourne. Crawley got into that wide position. Unfortunate at the end.
Yeah, it's good play, as I said. He got it out wide. Alan Cawley has got a great delivery of ball. You see it here, that coming in. It's a great ball in. Jason Byrne just unlucky there. Ollie Cahill was following up, but you say it just seems to be that type of night where it's breaking off them. And
if they are to have a future in this competition and get into the lucrative group stages, they have to do more of that between now and the end of this game. 2-0 down. Harris. Vitikic was last to touch it for Lille. Hula. Back to Heary. Cawley. Now David Crawley with it for Shelbourne and given away. Landra. Bodmer. Macoun. It's just so easy for them. Brunel. Taffaro has gone outside him. Here he had to come in. Time to pick a spot with this cross. Low one, cleared by Harris. In the end, the shot from Stefan Dumont was well off target.
you see the difference there, though, Dara. I mean, they're building a ball into the box, comes out, somebody's in there on the edge of the box to pick it up. But I still feel, if you look at, watch it again, somebody comes in there you go, where the opposite end, there's no one doing that. I still feel Shels are just a little bit tired, I think, and just looking at Ollie Cahill, doesn't seem the one over there, he's just lost the ball, and he doesn't seem to have that spark that he's able to get back, and that, you know. There's a few of them actually look a little bit tired.
Well, of course, the league season well advanced. The switch to summer soccer was designed to try and help League of Ireland clubs in this very situation at an advanced stage in a European competition, but certainly the players do look a little tired, or a lot tired. That's Harris, and Williams is racing to keep it in, manages it.
It's a good touch there from Jamie Harris, because it's a good ball inside and he done well. I don't think he knew much about it, but it was an important touch.
Byrne with the flick on. Silva. Back from Harris. Jason Byrne. Lansdowne Road hasn't been a happy hunting ground for League of Ireland clubs over the years. You go back to '68 when Waterford played Manchester United, who were the European champions at that time. They played Celtic in '70, Galatasaray in '72. Owen Hand's Limerick United played Real Madrid, where they all lost. Shelbourne and Deportivo was 0-0, of course, a few weeks ago. And Shelbourne, unless they could do something really dramatic with just under half an hour to go, are going to lose the first leg with that trip to France to come. Brunel with a very deep corner over the head of David Crawley. Landra. Now Houlihan, all on his own, what can he do? Landra tracking him back, Tavlaridis is cover inside. Byrne has now joined Houlihan. David Crawley took him a long time to get outside. Houlihan did well to hang on to it. Lille with defenders back in position. Cawley. Heary. Jason Byrne, the only target in there.
Owen's got to play inside there, Dara, you know. I mean, you can see there's only Jason Bournes up there. I think Thomas Morgan, Alan Cawley, Jim Crawford, they'd all come square looking for the ball. You can't just...
Well, Harris doing well to dispossess Mousilou. The official attendance a lot less than we were told earlier on. We understood there were around 12,000 in here. Certainly didn't look that way. But the official attendance just 7,400. The bad weather certainly didn't help, but well, when you consider there were 24,000 here for the visit of La Coruña, disappointing for Shelbourne, and the gamble of playing here at Lansdowne hasn't really paid off for them.
Yeah, you'd wonder that was it a wise move, you know. I know in hindsight it's great, but I think in Talca Park it's that much tighter, the ground. So 7,000 in Talca would have been a great atmosphere, you know.
Still wouldn't have filled it. 7,000 in Lansdowne Road. The capacity tonight with the seats behind both goals, those bucket seats, well over 30. And as we mentioned, a rather strange and eerie place when there's so few people in. Taffaro taken back for Shelbourne by Owen Eary. Alan Cawley. Eary. Easily won back by Dumont. Brunel. Shelbourne have managed to stretch Lille on a couple of occasions, and really the whole thing coming easily to them, and the flag has stayed down. Mousilou has Macroon inside. A third goal would really kill it for Shelbourne. Well, I thought David Crawley was holding Mousilou back. There was a good stop in there, but another let-off for Shelbourne. Another Lille attempt on goal, but it stays at 2.
It looked like he was offside there. I'd like to see that.
Well, we'll have a look. There's an offside against Jason Byrne at the other end.
They were fortunate too, because David Crawley did look like he had a hold from. Well, maybe Owen Hearty had him on okay.
But was Crawley holding Mousilou back? He really had quite a hold of him.
He certainly did. Good stop by Steve Williams, though, to be fair.
The Cypriot referee was looking the other way. Macroon. Cahill. Ran straight into trouble. Angba. Shels going to make another change. Thomas Morgan is the player who's going to go off. Glenn Fitzpatrick will be coming on in his place. Started here against La Coruña. Glenn Fitzpatrick had worked very, very hard. That night they had Jason Byrne playing on the right of the midfield, which suggests they're going to go to 2 up front by taking Thomas Morgan out. Brunel. It's a Lille throw-in. think they'll hang on until this move develops before making the change. Bodmer thinking about the shot. Musilu went the wrong way.
I'm not sure, as I said, he looks like he's asleep half the time there. I mean, you could see he was looking to play into his feet there, and he just runs away.
Macoun. Flag stayed down that
again,
time.
yeah.
Harris with the interception. Houlihan. Crawford. Houlihan. Morgan. One of his last touches in this match. Houlihan trying to get Jason Byrne through. He's claiming he was being held by Tablaridis, and I think he had a case, but the referee not interested.
No, to be fair, he probably could have just kept going, because it's a great ball in, and he, you know.
Now what can Byrne do from here? Tablaridis marking him. Byrne still going, goes to ground, no foul again. Byrne convinced it was a free kick, but the referee didn't see it that way. And here come Lille with Stéphane Dumont. Their turn to give it away. Cawley. Musilu beating Harris in the air. Bodmer gets it back, and Musilu is offside this time. Flag it up straight away.
Yeah, it's great play though. What a touch there.
It's really good.
Yeah, from Bodmer. Great back heel there.
Oh, there's the offside decision. While you're watching that, Shels have made that change. Glenn Fitzpatrick on for Thomas Morgan. Another chance for Fitzpatrick to play at Lansdowne Road. He'd never been here even to watch a match before the La Coruña game, and got to play against one of the big sides in Europe that night. His side really needs something spectacular now. 22 minutes played in the second half, and these are the two frees, or the free claims.
I think he was. You can see the hand across him, but I feel he should have kept going there. You see the tackle here? I think he just fell over there, you know. I don't think there was anything in that one.
Vitakic with the clearance for Lille. We're heading towards a big victory for them. Unless Shelbourne can pull it out of the bag, but they're still not passing the ball particularly well. Brunel. Cawley. Two to his left, Fitzpatrick and Byrne now the front two for Shels. Risks have to be taken between now and the end. Houlihan. Oh, he's got it through to Cal. Solid challenge.
Yeah, I don't think Golly's just on his game tonight, to be honest. You know, as they say, you look there a couple of weeks ago, Ollie Cahill would have been back there defending. You know, he just looks that little bit tired. Ball seems to be breaking off him, and it's just not running for him this evening. I think Cawley's done well since he's come on. He's got on the balls, they said, and he'd start things, and
big distance, wasn't there, between the two front players, Fitzpatrick and Byrne. Lille considering a change. Steve Williams managed to hang on. Houlihan dispossessed of a crucial area. Has Harris to help him out. Dumont applying the pressure. Shelbourne will restart the game. And now here's the change. They're taking off Matthew Bodmer, who scored the first goal 19 minutes into this tie. And they're bringing on Johan Audel, wearing number 23. In no particular rush to leave the park here. Audel, a player very highly regarded at Lille. Had problems in the last few years keeping their better players, very much considered a selling team. Bruno Cheroux went to Liverpool. Pascal Siga, of course, going to Arsenal. Here's Houlihan of Shelbourne. Jason Byrne. Fitzpatrick is the furthest forward for Shels. Coley goes outside. Byrne has to go back and get some help from Jim Crawford. Cahill. David Crawley launching it forward towards Byrne. Coley. The goal will give them real hope. Owen Heary. O'Dell slipping on the greasy Lansdowne Road turf. And it's comfortable again for Silva in the Lille goal.
Yeah, it was good play, good build-up. But the final ball wasn't great there. It's easy for the goalkeeper from that distance. You know, you can see he takes it comfortably.
Lille on the attack again. That wasn't a good ball in by Angba. Coley. Challenge from Taffaro. Throw to Shels. Not taken from the correct position. Heary. Fitzpatrick. Byrne closer to him this time. Vitakic stopping the Shelbourne attack. O'Dell. That's a Shelbourne ball.
Good control there from the fourth official there. He just took it down well there.
Rogers. Fitzpatrick. And Crawford running to his left. Houlihan looking for Jim Crawford. Unable, though, to find him. And Angba launches another Lille attack. Harris. Heary.
I think even the introduction of Glenn Fitzpatrick, it's given them something different to think about up front. There's two up there. I think it was so easy in the first half, like with the one. They were never extended, where you can see there, since he's come on, there's been a little bit of link-up play with himself and Jason Byrne. And I know it's difficult starting the game, you don't want to give anything away, and you know, but I still think that system, it's very, very hard to score goals when you've only got that one up front.
Fitzpatrick. Houlihan. Fitzpatrick and Crawford.
Offside.
Offside.
Yeah, he came back from behind, I think.
Eamon Collins, the Shelbourne assistant, still offering encouragement to his players. He needs some magic from somewhere if they're to have hope for the second leg in a couple of weeks' time. Taffaro. Harris attacking it. A little bit of afters between Harris and Musilu. The referee is going to come back to that. Oh no, he's just given them a warning and told them, two of them to calm down. Tavlaridis, free kick against the Greek defender.
Musilu, I'd say he's very frustrating to play with there, because I mean the midfielder played around the corner and he's just standing flat-footed, and then he's, you know, like, there was good play there. I'd say he's very, very frustrating. He's running when he should be standing, and
Rogers finally decides what he wants to do with the free kick. Fitzpatrick now needs some support to come in around him. David Crawley in towards Jason Byrne. A good jump again from Byrne. Good defending too by Vitakic. Rose well in a pressurised situation. Lille giving it away. Heary. Rogers. Fitzpatrick shouted for it. Slipped. Tavlaridis, a poor header. Fitzpatrick. Byrne moves ahead of him. Crawford. Turns back to Houlihan. Cahill in a good position over on the far side, but Houlihan just can't do it. And here's O'Dell. Plenty of pace. Musilu up with him. And they're still going. Heary stops the Lille momentum. Tavlaridis with the header down. But Lille able to make ground so quickly, and all night it's been a struggle for Shelbourne to move the ball well into Lille territory. Just under a quarter of an hour to go. Langback giving it away. Cahill and Taflaridis in a race. The flag has gone up against Jason Byrne.
Yeah, I think he was offside there, Dara. He was unlucky.
Well, we'll have a look at this.
You see it there. Ollie Cahill's done very well. He's robbed him. See there, like well organised at the back. When Jason Byrne's looking across the line there, he's got to say to himself that
Lucinou is going off for Lille. Nicolas Renier, wearing number 11, is coming in. Straight swap, an attacker for an attacker. Forward by Cawley. Didn't look. Silva. Renier getting involved. Makoun. Landra. Tafaro and O'Dell. Rare mistake by a Lille player in possession. Harris, Tafaro, control just lets him down. Peary, Tavlaridis out in front of Glenn Fitzpatrick. Makoun quite happy to go back to his goalkeeper.
Glenn Fitzpatrick's having a go on Hearty there, but he was a bit flat-footed, as you say. I mean, the big fella has come out from behind him.
Renier for Lille. Landra is going into the area, but the ball won't get across to them. That's out of play from Jamie Harris. It's been a tough experience for Shelbourne. Some harsh lessons learned about playing at the highest level in Europe. Landra was deflected on the way through. Claimed by Steve Williams. The deflection really took the sting out of the shot from the Lille midfielder.
It just shows you all the same there at the performances they've given against Patrick Splits and against Deportivo. You know, I think probably a lot of their energies were probably put into those games, and it just maybe is caught up on them because they were two huge performances against those, you know.
Well, certainly were two famous nights for Shelbourne. Made history by getting into the third qualifying round for the first time. Beaten 3-0 in La Coruña. Fitzpatrick. Byrne is onside. Chance for Byrne. Silva out of his line. Cawley, the goalkeeper, is still off his line. Cawley heading back towards his own goal. Houlihan flat-footed completely. It was Dumont who just jumped out from behind Houlihan. And Lille going forward. We'll look at that chance again in a moment. Brunel, that's too far ahead of Renier.
You watch it here, that say that since Patrick comes on, it gives them something else to think about. When you watch it here, it's good build-up, a good ball in. Jason Byrne does well, he stays on side, but the fairness, the goalkeeper's out quickly as well and has a good block. But I know in hindsight, as I say, sometimes at home you've got to believe maybe in yourself and, you know, maybe have a go, because as I said, since Fitzpatrick's come on and Cawley, they've done well.
Well, that thing from Houlihan, the dummy, really didn't help his team. Perhaps not the moment to try it. Lille attacking with Brunel. Attack that ball. Ollie Cahill. Houlihan to his right. David Crawley is there too. Fitzpatrick and now Byrne. Fitzpatrick, the target in the area. Fitzpatrick! Oh, great goal! Shelbourne have a lifeline with 11 minutes to go. The inspiration, we wondered where it had come from. Glenn Fitzpatrick.
Well, it's like what I said, and I'm not just keep harping on about it. You know, when you in the first half they had nobody in the box when the ball came in wide early on, and when you've got the two strikers, it gives them something else to think about. And you know, it was very easy in the first half. It's a great goal, great header, great ball in, and a great header for Glenn Fitzpatrick. I think too, going back to the Deportivo game, he found it very tough up there because he's on his own, and you know, it is very difficult. But a great goal, gives the crowd something. Maybe he might get a last good 10 minutes now.
Well, we're in the last 10 minutes of this game, and that really has changed the complexion of it altogether. Ger McCarthy is going to come in. This was a fabulous goal. The marking from Lille, shocking.
Yeah, he took up a very good position, Glenn Fitzpatrick, between the two defenders, and it was a great ball in.
There's Ger McCarthy, the former Pats player.
You could see the game was getting a bit stretched there too. They were going a bit forward and it got a bit open, and Shels just got them on the break.
Matthew Chalmé is coming in for Lille. They're just trying to take the momentum away from Shelbourne again. The captain, Philippe Brunel, going off. Chalmé was expected to start in this game, but now getting his chance. So that Fitzpatrick goal really has given Shelbourne massive hope when it appeared it was gone from them. Superb finish from Fitzpatrick. Can they get another one between now and the end?
Well, it gives them something to go for there, you know. I mean, if they could get another one, you never know.
Didn't look if it was going to happen for them. Taffer over the free kick for Lille. Well, it's given the match. You can even feel the mood around the ground, only with 7,400 here, but it's changed, and there is hope. Lille with all those chances wasted, and their lead just one goal. Funny old game and all that, but it certainly is. Rainier.
See, you never know, Dara, until you do have a go at them what they're like. You know, and I think, to be fair, the last few Shels, to be fair to them, they have decided to have a go, bringing on Fitzpatrick, and you know, it's come up for them. You don't know, as I say, maybe between now and the end they may get another one.
Forward by Rogers, hang back. And certainly for 80 minutes of the match, apart from a couple of moments. Think of Burns' header, particularly in the first half. Shelbourne have made Lille look a lot better than they actually are. Fitzpatrick fouled. Free kick for Shelbourne. Tablaridis, the guilty party.
Yeah, you can see it here. He's come in late after Glenn's flicked on. It was a foot.
Harris wanting the crowd to get behind their team. David Crawley with the free kick for Shelbourne. Rogers, Harris is there. Fitzpatrick 2-2. Unbelievable. Fitzpatrick, the hero for Shelbourne. How have they managed to get it back to 2-2? Maybe they can win it now. 7 minutes to go.
Well, there you go, Dara. You know, what have you just said? It's unbelievable. 2-0 is never really a great scoreline. You don't know whether to keep going or defend or what. But there, in fairness, a good header from Jamie Harris. But fair play to Glenn Fitzpatrick. He's in there, throws himself at it. Brilliant. Hopefully he gets a hat-trick now.
Absolutely. This is remarkable stuff from Shelbourne. They were dead and buried for most of this game. They brought Fitzpatrick on, changed the system, and went to two attackers up front. And Lille, absolutely stunned by this. So are most of the crowd here, because it seems so unlikely. 2-2. Now what does Shelbourne do? Do they go after it, look for the third, or try and shut it down? Well, they'll have the two away goals, but...
Well, I think, to be fair, between now and the end, I think that they'll be more cautious than Shels. You know, I mean, the Shels just okay, they've got back into it. As you say, do they hold on or what? But if I was them, we'll just keep doing what they're doing. The last 10 minutes has been super.
Pat Fenlon, one of the most anxious nights of his life. You can see from where he's watching the match down on the lower level of this stand here at Lansdowne Road. Wasn't allowed near the players at half-time. But they've managed somehow to turn this around. Brought it back to 2-2. Is there a third goal? And they've got a free kick. Vitakic, the player penalised, and it was the assistant over here who called that. So now, Fitzpatrick on a hat-trick.
Just got to get a good delivery in again, because, to be fair, they will just not like another ball coming in at this stage.
David Crawley drilling it in. Fitzpatrick with a touch. Ooh.
Good, there you go. Good delivery in, and Glenn Fitzpatrick again just gets a flick header to it. Not far off.
He's on fire, isn't he?
Oh, great.
David Crawley, Tablaridis, real doubts, as you would expect, in the minds of the Lille players. It should have been out of sight. Could have been 5 or 6 up with all the chances they created. Shelbourne out on their feet, but all of a sudden they have a real spring in their step in the final 5 minutes. O'Dell. Lille, of course, made a lot of changes to their team and maybe upset the balance, but really the key difference is that Shelbourne brought Fitzpatrick on and had a real go, and they've got the rewards for the calls made by Pat Fenlon somehow communicating with Eamon Collins. Maybe it's telepathy.
Well, I think he's on a walkie-talkie there, because I've seen an earpiece there just as the camera was on him.
I'm sure he's just listening to the radio. Landran for Lille. Shelbourne have to keep the concentration. Macoun running straight into Rodgers. Fitzpatrick, the 2-goal hero, and Rodgers just getting that slightly wrong. But all the poor Shelbourne play from the first 80 minutes, it certainly won't be forgotten. But 2-2, well, he would have grabbed it off you, Eamon Collins, if you offered it to him at half-time. Landra, it was blocked by McCarthy. Ollie Cahill, free kick Shelbourne. They want it up the other end of Lansdowne Road very quickly. Harris. Landra. Macoun. Crawford needs to get back to him. O'Dell won't get past Owen Heary, but they've given it away. Rainier. The 2 fullbacks having a go. Heary over to help David Crawley.
See there, they're just happy enough to go. They're happy enough just to go to the corner at this stage. There, you know, it's totally different from about 20 minutes ago.
Quite a remarkable turnaround. 2 goals in, what was it, 3 minutes from Glenn Fitzpatrick. He really has done his side, and his manager is having to watch from the stand, proud.
I think he had something as well too, probably to prove that. I think after the last game it didn't go too well from against Deportivo, but what a response there tonight. 2 great goals.
Taffaro. Rodgers asking an awful lot of Ger McCarthy. Well, at 2-0 down, Shelbourne dreading the trip, of course, to Lille, which is in 2 weeks' time. Just turned it around completely. Free kick to Shelbourne.
Yeah, well, they're getting all those breaks now there, you know, the free kicks and the second balls, which they hadn't got there earlier on. You know, it's great. Get it into the box. Good delivery. Same combination again, hopefully. Jamie Harris.
Wouldn't that be something? Well, we've got the first part of it. David Crawley taking the free kick. Heary has gone to join Fitzpatrick. Byrne. Harris is in there too. Tavlaridis with the header away. It comes to Cawley. O'Dell there marking him. Cawley has given it away. Macoun seeking out Rainier. Decent run forward. Rainier drilling it, but it's going to go wide. No problems for Shelbourne there. Just over a minute of normal time to go.
They broke well, but I think the final shot was poor. They're not even on target, probably not. But I think Shels now at this stage should settle for what they have, to be fair. I mean, there's no point at this stage. They've got to try and sit there because, you know, 2-2, you end up looking for the third and you might get done on the break. I know you still, but I think get back from 2-0 down, I think they should be quite happy.
As it stands.
Still keeps the game.
Yeah, they'll have to score in Lille.
Yeah, it still keeps it alive though.
Absolutely. Macoun. O'Dell. Throw in Shelbourne. What will the referee decide to add on? Rodgers. Just so they're like 2 different teams, really.
Excellent play.
Jason Byrne. McCarthy chasing this down. Angba getting there before him, but they've got to throw it.
Great play, what you say. It's amazing what goals can do. You know, you get a bit of confidence, and they play that out really, really well.
3 minutes of stoppage time. Crawley with the throw in. Fitzpatrick making a move towards him. He's got the cross in. McCarthy there. Tablerinas. Can Cahill get there first? No, he can't. And Lille let off the hook. It's just unbelievable how things have turned around. Real doubt in the minds of the Lille players. Rainier, as they look for a third away goal, they will have two to bring back to France with them.
Yeah, it's a great ball in again. Glenn Fitzpatrick, he does very well there. Jerry McCarthy tries to get across, but it breaks out, and then they clear it there. You know, I think at this stage, as I said, Shels have got to be careful. Okay, they've got to make sure that they keep a good shape still, because at 2-2 all there, anything is possible over there. Anything.
Well, certainly is, and well, we've seen that here at Lansdowne Road tonight. Shelbourne coming back from the dead almost, and they've got a free kick. Everything going for them now. Referee just telling Crawley to wait for the whistle. Shels have sent Jamie Harris forward, but now Dave Rogers is going forward, so Crawley is the last man back. It's Crawley who'll take the free kick. Can they get a third goal? Silva travelling a long way, and well taken by the Senegalese international.
Yeah, he's done well, the goalkeeper there. You know, it wasn't a great ball, to be fair, as a kid. But it's a lofted ball and gives him a chance to come out and get it.
About a minute and a half to go.
He hasn't had the best of time since he's come on. No. Odell, he seems to just have no control. He's
Taffaro putting it out. Another Shels throw in. Just over a minute to go. Cawley. Owen Heary. Byrne doing extremely well. Fitzpatrick to Cawley. McCarthy is over on the far side. Fitzpatrick. Cahill, can they win it? Crawford. To David Crawley now. Manages to get his cross in, but it's too close to Silva. Disappointing for David Crawley and for Shelbourne. Will they get one more chance between now and the end? There's only a few seconds remaining. Kept in by Heary, maybe he should have let it go. Odell of Lille. Macoun is the furthest forward for the French side. Odell getting it back. Shelbourne have it. Ollie Cahill.
So if you wanted anyone off Lille on it, you wanted him, because he doesn't seem to have any impact on the game since he's come on. He's given more balls away, so...
Crawford, and there is the whistle. Is it for full time? Yes, it is. The referee just over having a word with Macoun and David Crawley. But Shelbourne have played their get out of jail card big time here. They were so far out of this game with 80 minutes played, it was untrue. Lille had chance after chance, well into double figures in attempts on goal, but they couldn't take the chances. Williams made some fine saves. Shelbourne were fortunate, but Glenn Fitzpatrick, the hero for Shelbourne here, with 2 goals in 3 minutes, and they have real hope, despite those 2 away goals, travelling to France in a fortnight, of making it into the group stages of the UEFA Cup. Here at Lansdowne Road, breathless at the end of it we are, but Shelbourne with those 2 goals have turned it right round, and they travel with real hope. Shelbourne 2, Lille 2, the scoreline here at Lansdowne, with the second leg to come in France in 2 weeks' time. Just a shame there weren't more people here to see it. 7,400 at Lansdowne Road. And those who were here certainly enjoyed the final 10 minutes from Shelbourne. Let's go to John Kenny, who's talking to the hero of the night, Glenn Fitzpatrick.
Yes, Glenn Fitzpatrick's with me now. Glenn, 2 goals, inspired substitutions. What a night for you and for Shels.
Yeah, it was great to come on. A bit of a cameo role, if you say. It's too easy enough. Jason put the first header on the play for me, really. The second one I didn't know too much about. Just was a clash of heads, really, with Jamie and the other centre half. I was just happy to steer it into the corner, really. So it's good coming back from 2-0 down on that. But we still got a mountain to climb, really, out there in the second leg.
You did look dead and buried at half-time, it has to be said. But in the second half, you had the real go with them, bringing you on, give yourselves a big option with Jason Byrne and yourself up front. Yeah,
it was good. I think Jason had a lot of work to do, playing up front on his own. The lads in midfield were under pressure. There was a little bit of a gap between them. But I think coming on, I gave Jason a big dig out, like with the 2 of us up there. It was an extra target man to hit, really. I suppose it paid dividends in the end, getting the 2 goals and that.
Well, do you perhaps pay them a little bit too much respect in the first half? Now you know you can have a go at them. Second half of this encounter to come in 2 weeks' time in Lille, it could be a very interesting game.
Yeah, it's all to play for really. We created chances there. Jason's been unlucky in the first half. The keeper took off a great save. So been unlucky with a sort of one-on-one and that. So we know we can cut them open, get the lads in the midfield on the ball, create more chances. So it's there for us really in the second leg to go at them.
I'm joined with Eamon Collins as well. Eamon Collins, the assistant manager. You were on the sideline tonight in the absence of Pat Fennan. Terrific second half display, Eamon.
Yeah, very happy with the second half. I thought first half we showed them a little bit too much respect. We're a little bit deep. But second half we showed a real Shels, spirit that they've had here over the last few years. That Pat Fennan and Ollie Byrne have brought to the club. They're fantastic second half.
Now, I know you need to be cautious, obviously, in the first half. Didn't want to give away an early goal, but unfortunately, you were 2 goals down at half time, so you had to change the system.
Yeah, we went to a 4-4-2, late on with about 25 minutes to go. But I don't think the system was the problem tonight. We didn't get close enough, we weren't aggressive enough, we didn't pass the ball well in the first half. Second half, we were much better.
I suppose the beautiful thing about it now, Eamon, is that tie is still very much alive.
It's very much alive, but we got a game on Monday against St. Pat's, and we'll be focusing on that now.
Yeah, that's obviously a very important thing, but from Shels' point of view, you do have more and Byrne to come back for the second leg.
Yeah, it'd be great to have them back. Joseph had an injection today as well, he wasn't quite fit, so them 3 will be big additions. But I thought the lads that came in tonight did great for us.
Okay, thanks, Eamon Collins. Thanks to Glenn Fitzpatrick.